Hello, you're kicking off the Thursday's edition of QPVN English News Bulletin. You're with MINH and the headlines. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính receives Israeli Minister of Labour. Central Military Commission discusses key talks. Vietnam Senate promoted in Israel. On May the 21st in Hanoi, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính received Mr. Zhu Jieli, Chairman of Asia Pacific of Power Construction Corporation of China, or Power China, along with a consortium of contractors and partners operating in Vietnam. Congratulating Power China on its global achievements in technology and business, as well as its activities in Vietnam, the Prime Minister expressed his hope that the group could strengthen cooperation with Vietnamese partners in areas such as clean energy and strategic infrastructure, particularly in the development of standard gauge railways and urban road systems, including the proposed line connecting Vietnam with China and extending to Europe. Mr. Zhu noted Power China's experience in constructing over 2,000 kilometers of railways across China, Laos, and Indonesia. He proposed that the Vietnamese government facilitate cooperation with 4 Vietnamese enterprises on railway projects, starting with the Lào Cai-Hanoi-Hải Phòng line. He emphasized Power China's commitment in ensuring project quality, timeline, and cost efficiency by sharing technical and management expertise with local partners. Welcoming the cooperation proposal, Prime Minister CHINH called on Power China to support Vietnam in developing its railway industry through technology transfer, high-quality workforce training, and operational management solutions. He also encouraged Power China to help Vietnamese firms join its global supply chain and transfer key technologies, especially in wind turbine and solar panel manufacturing. Additionally, he urged Power China to collaborate with Vietnamese partners on energy development projects, particularly wind power in northern provinces. The Prime Minister affirmed that the Vietnamese government and its military sectors and localities are committed to supporting and protecting the legal rights and interests of foreign investors, including Power China and Chinese enterprises, ensuring effective, lawful, and mutually beneficial project implementation in Vietnam. The same day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính hosted a reception from Mr. Reup, Israel Minister of Labour, during his official visit to Vietnam. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính emphasized the importance of strengthening cooperation between the two countries, particularly in the fields of science and technology, innovation, digital transformation, and startup development. He proposed that Israel support Vietnam in these areas, while Vietnam, in turn, stands ready to provide human resource support to meet Israel's labor market needs. Head of the Vietnamese government called for the early conclusion of negotiations and signing of the Vietnam-Israel Labor Cooperation Agreement, ideally by June 2025. Minister Reup welcomed the Prime Minister's proposals, acknowledging Vietnam's high-quality labor force as a good match for Israel's needs, particularly in the construction sector, which is facing significant workforce shortages. He expressed Israel's strong desire and readiness to welcome more skilled Vietnamese workers and affirmed Israel's commitment to create full conditions for their employment. Agreeing with Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính proposal, Mr. Zhu also suggested that while formal negotiations are being finalized, businesses from both countries can begin exploring direct labor cooperation initiatives. On May the 21st, General Phan Văn Gia, Minister of National Defense and Deputy Secretary of the Central Military Commission, chaired a meeting of the Standing Board of the Central Military Commission to review and discuss several important tasks. The meeting aimed to provide opinions on several key issues, including amendments to Regulation No. 49 dated December 22, 2021 of the Politburo on the organization of party units within the Vietnam People's Army, amendments and replacements to Regulation No. 51 dated December 29, 2021 of the Secretariat on the organization of political agencies in the Vietnam People's Army, and commenced on the draft regulation of the Secretariat regarding the mandates of grassroots party committees of defensive area commands and border commands. General Phan Van Giang requested the delegates to uphold a high sense of responsibility and wisdom in reviewing and commenting on matters such as the organizational structure, mandates, coordination mechanisms, and command systems of the defensive area commands and border guard commands. On May the 21st, General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense, chaired a conference on reorganizing local military structures when building the two-level local government organization model. Basing on conclusion number 130 on March the 14th, 2025 of the Politburo and the Secretariat on reorganizing administrative units levels and building the two-level local government organization model, developing a Central Military Commission's project on a lean, compact and strong local military organization to meet the task requirements in the new situation, approved by the Politburo on May the 3rd, 2025. The Central Military Commission Standing Board held a conference and collected opinions on reorganizing local military structures when building the two-level local government organization model. The delegates assessed that over the past term, the functional agencies of the Ministry of National Defense have actively coordinated with related agencies to advise the Central Military Commission to complete the project. Minister Phan Van Giang asked the General Staff, the General Political Department, the Logistic and Technical General Department, and other affiliated units under the Ministry of National Defense to carry out assigned tasks. Military prisons, border guards, and Hanoi Capital Command are asked to strictly follow the leadership and direction of the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense to solve bottlenecks and ensure incentives for the forces in the merger and reorganization of the apparatus. The provincial military commands are asked to coordinate with local authorities when military schools need to direct research and propose adjustments on training programs in line with agreement of the local military force. From May the 20th through the 23rd, the Defense and Security Equipment International, or DSEI for short, 2025 exhibition is taking place in Chiba Prefecture, Japan. At the invitation of the host country, a Vietnamese high-ranking military delegation led by Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, is attending the event. This year's exhibition draws participation from 450 Japanese defense enterprises and representatives from 30 other countries with over 15,000 attendees. On display are cutting-edge defense technologies and equipment for the Navy, Army, and Air Force, as well as advanced systems in automation, cyber defense, and aerospace. Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa and the Vietnamese mission attended the opening ceremony and toured various exhibition booths. Vietnam's participation aims to explore global trends in defense industry development, learn from international experiences to enhance its own defense industry for peaceful and self-defensive purposes, and demonstrate goodwill and support toward Japan, a key defense partner of Vietnam. As part of the exhibition, Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa held a bilateral meeting with Japan Ground Self-Defense Force Chief of the Staff, General Yasunori Morishita. Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa emphasized that, building on the strong foundation of the two countries' relationship, bilateral defense cooperation between Vietnam and Japan has continuously advanced, achieving substantial progress, particularly in delegation exchanges, collaboration between military services, human resource training, cybersecurity, and war consequence remediation. Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa expressed gratitude to the Japanese government for their attention and granted of approximately $2.7 million worth of toxin analysis and environmental equipment, and for promoting the implementation of the project to donate mine clearance equipment to Vietnam. General Morishita Yasunori agreed with Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa assessment of the cooperation results between the two sides so far, and expressed confidence that in the near future, both sides will continue to promote Vietnam-Japan defense cooperation effectively and sustainably, focusing on areas such as defense industry, search and rescue, and United Nations peacekeeping operations. On May the 21st, Lieutenant General CHINH, Vice Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, chaired a working session with the Army Broadcasting Center and relevant units to discuss cooperation in producing the documentary film to protect on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and China. A 45-minute-long documentary film produced by China Intercontinental Communications Center, Wuju Media, and Guangxi Radio and Television of China, in collaboration with the Vietnam Army Broadcasting Center, revolving around the theme of protecting the health and lives of the people of China and Vietnam, contributing to protecting the happy lives of the people of both countries. Lieutenant General CHINH requested the agencies and units to organize the best personnel and equipment ensure the quality and progress of the film. Coming up next, Vietnam's image promoted in Israel. Mù Căng Chải terraced fields building during water pouring season. Recently, the Vietnamese embassy in Israel organized an exchange program with the Abu Snan City Council located in northern Israel to introduce culture, history, as well as promote economic and trade cooperation between the two sides. At the meeting, Mayor of Abu Snan City, Saif Mashlef, gave an overview of Abu Snan City and proposed establishing a sister city relationship with Abu Snan and the City of Vietnam in order to create a foundation for further promoting Vietnam-Israel relations. Ambassador Lý Đức Trung thanked the city leaders for their warm and sincere welcome and highly appreciated Abu Snan's model of harmonious development and cultural diversity. The Vietnamese ambassador emphasized the potential for cooperation between Vietnam and Israeli localities, such as Abu Snan, especially in areas such as trade, people-to-people exchange, education, and tourism. Also at the event, the Vietnamese embassy screened a documentary about the life and revolutionary career of President Ho Chi Minh on the occasion of his 135th birth anniversary, May the 19th, 1890-2025. The terraced fields of Cao Pha, Mù Căng Chải in Yên Bái province cultivate not only in harvest season but also during the water pouring season when vibrant colors paint a breathtaking picture across the mountain landscape. Cao Pha is renowned for its poetic terraced fields, especially during the water pouring season. Visitors not only admire the stunning landscape but also witness the bustling farming activities of local people. On these sunny days, Sung A Tính, a resident of Se Sang village, Cao Pha commune, takes advantage of the weather to channel water into his fields and prepare the soil for rice planting. Cao Pha is a beautiful destination that attracts tourists year-round for sightseeing and photography. That's why today I'm making the most of the good weather to bring water into the fields, prepare for the new crop, and create a nice photo spot for visitors. Since early May, as the first rains fall, the terraced fields awaken from the dry season. The brown of the soil, green of the mountains, and white of the clouds blend into a vibrant highland canvas. It is not only a seasonal transition, but also the start of a new rice crop. Though brief, the water pouring season in Cao Pha leaves a lasting impression on every visitor. I'm passionate about photography, so I come here once or twice every year during the water pouring or harvest season. The terraced rice fields here are incredibly beautiful, naturally majestic, and truly worth admiring. Since the beginning of 2025, Cao Pha commune has welcomed nearly 3,000 domestic and international visitor arrivals. During the April the 30th and May the 1st holiday alone, more than 500 tourists came to admire and photograph the beauty of the water pouring season. To prepare for the water pouring tourism season, we've encouraged homestay households to clean and tidy up their homes. At the same time, we've guided locals to bring water to the fields for plowing, both for the new crop and to enhance the tourism experience. Cao Pha during the water pouring season is neither noisy nor showy, yet it leaves a lasting impression. Under the vast sky, The shimmering terrace views seem to whisper stories of hard-working farmer artists and the simple, vibrant life of the Highland people. It's the end of our list news bulletin today. You can watch our news again at QPVN.vn. For now, goodbye and see you next time.